The first step we're going to take is moving this bucket in the starting room under one of these sprinklers and then triggering them to go off by running out and setting off the alarm. And that should have filled up the bucket
Perfect.
for later on in the Easter egg.
John Blanchard, to whoever is out there, beware of panels. The man's a murderer. I'm pinned down, but I'll help if I can.
Next step, we're going to work our way up to the research lab and grab the syringe from the centrifuge. Then buy the doors and jump over to Tower 2. Now we're going to pick up Klaus's legs. There's 4 locations. There's one underneath in the room where we just jumped over. There's one over here by the TV. There's one by these boxes here. And the final one is on top of a shelf in the room where the Klauses are being built. After picking up the legs, make your way up the elevator and across to the other tower again. Once in the other tower, you can keep your eye out for files on desks and tables. If you watch this little run, you'll be able to see where mine were in this game. They're always in either the upstairs or downstairs area of this little room that we've just jumped over to, or through the doors that we have to open. There'll be 3 of them. Make a note of them. We'll come back to them later.
Okay, we've got watch, badge, and scarf. Watch, badge, scarf.
Once you've taken a note of those 3 items, move on and continue to turn on Pack-a-Punch. After destroying all the crystals, the beam will be stabilized. You then need to traverse along the beam to knock down the zombie, the dead zombie that is trapped inside of it. After doing so, you can interact with the zombie on the floor and it will fill the syringe with some blood. Now that you've got the blood, you can take the teleporter out and yeet over the balcony back down into the research lab. In the research lab, there will be 2 screens that will be flashing words on them. You need to take the first letter of each of the words and then go over to the periodic table, find the atomic number of those 2 letters. So in our run, our screen showed an S and an I as the first 2 letters. So the atomic number for that is 14, 14. So you add a 0 in front of it, so it's 014. Now you need to hurt 3 spider vermins in front of this little machine. They will get sucked up. During this step, the geneticist will spawn in, kill it, and pick up the key card. Now you have the card, run down the stairs, interact with this cabinet, and pick up the DNA sample. And then you can move on to killing 3 zombies in front of the machine, and then they will get sucked up as well.
Okay.
Once you've completed this step, you can pick up the cyst, you can run down the stairs, drop down through this hole, and start siphoning from the plants. Now in this area, there are going to be 3 plants that you need to drain the life out of. You can do this by just running around, staying close to them, and you will pull out the cyst that will drain them. There's one here where I landed from the parachute. Sometimes there's a visual glitch where you won't pull out the cyst, but you will still be draining it if you go into this room while still on your parachute. After this, the next one is just through these double doors. Again, we can just run around. We don't really need to kill any zombies, and we can just drain this plant. Now this third plant, as a solo player, I found a little tip that helps. That if you run round and jump on this top console here, you can just wiggle from side to side and the zombies AI gets confused and they run around, giving you enough time to completely drain the plant without really having to move. After draining the 3 plants, make your way over to the dark ether containment and turn on these 4 computers. It is a timed event, so you need to do it pretty quickly.
Oh my god,
As you
Alter
can see
Mantle.
here, even I mess up, and there's still plenty of time to do it. So don't panic too much, just take note of where they are, and if you fail, you can try again. After turning on the 4 computers, an Uber Klaus is going to spawn in. Do not kill him. Instead, run to the elevator, go down, and run over to Klaus, and wait for Uber Klaus to do an electric charge so you can turn Klaus on now. Don't worry that we don't have the arms yet. You can turn Klaus on with any amount of body parts on him or no body parts on him at all. Now head back up to the dark ether containment and get rid of both of the shoulder pads on the Uber Klaus and get him to stand on the electrified pad in the middle here. Once done so, the Forsaken will take over. You can then use these 2 drops in Ether Trials to get through the first phase pretty damn fast. Now that you're in phase 2, I advise waiting for a wave of bomber Klauses so you can get the other 2 arms. Here is how I farmed both my arms. We had 1 drop at the beginning, if some of you may have seen that.
There we go, got both
And now
arms.
we wait
Sweet.
for another round of bomber Klauses and we can get the 2nd arm instead of having to wait for RNG luck and rounds. Once you have both arms, kill the Forsaken and pick up the Wonder Weapon. Now that we've got the Wonder Weapon, it's going to make the next step easier, so we're going to come over and interact with the Centrifuge again, which is going to put the blood that we picked up earlier in here. It's going to then spawn in a Mangler that we need to kill, and we need to pick up the very specific Mangler injection that it drops.
There.
We will also have a couple of toxic zombies spawn on you during this step and an elite disciple. I advise getting rid of them, otherwise they will stay in this room until you do.
Okay.
Now that you've dealt with them, you want to drop back down into the quantum computer room where you can buy Melly Macchiato and you can punch this machine to reveal a brain. Don't worry if you take the brain now. If you do, you can just change weapon and it will respawn in the next round in the same location.
Oh shit, this is gonna fail.
With the Wonder Weapon, use a charge shot to shoot up into this little hole over here, and a zombie head will fall down. We need to then take that zombie head all the way back to the beginning where we filled up the bucket at the very start of the game. Now put the fungal head in the bucket and take it out immediately. I cannot stress this enough. Do not kill zombies while the head is in the bucket. My game has broken several times on this step due to doing so, and it will not let you re-interact with the head, and it will not let you put it where you need to on the next step. Now you have the head, you need to kill zombies because you are a soul box. Do this until the souls stop going into you and you're ready to move on to the next step. Also during the step there'll be a black mist creature coming after you. You can just walk away from it doesn't do too much damage. Then drop the head, walk over to the scanner and activate it, and then activate that mangler injection we picked up before. Now you can go through the teleporter. If you remember the 3 items from earlier in the files, awesome. If not, don't worry. There will be a 4th file in here. Take note of the item. For me in this room, it was the collar. I couldn't remember the other items that we got, so we went on a little run to find the rest of them and get the code. I will now flash up my cheat sheet for all the numbers and all the dates. The numbers are in order, in date order already on my cheat sheet from oldest to newest, and that will help you put in the code. So in our game, we had the scarf, the badge, the collar, and the wristwatch. So those numbers are, for the badge it's 6, for the collar it's 1, for the scarf it's 3, and for the watch it's 4. And that's
6,
nice and
1,
easy
3,
in those
4.
orders: 6, 1, 3, 4. After entering the code, head back over to the Pack-a-Punch room, where you can now interact with this red button and start killing zombies and blue vermin quantum spiders to charge up this little blue orb at the front. Once the orb is charged, you can take it. You can reload your gun and it will not get rid of it, but do not shoot. You want to take this back to where we turned on that computer and shoot a charged shot at the portal. Doing so will break the crystals on the portal. Now remember that head you had in your hands a second ago? Wherever you dropped it, go find it. It will roll about the room, so it will not be exactly where you dropped it, but it will still be in the room that you dropped it in. Once you've found it, pick it up and place it on the portal. Okay, now it's time to go and wake up Klaus and give him his arms. So head over to Klaus, give him his arms.
Okay,
You're going
there we
to
go.
need to either flip around or wait. I'm not 100% sure. I always flip
Come
around.
on, Klaus,
It
let's go.
usually works. Then Klaus will start moving, so we want to follow him and do the SAM trial. Once you completed the SAM trial, Klaus will go and do his thing. You now need to head to the quantum computing room, pick up the brain, and head back up to the dark ether containment through the portal and put the brain in this box. You will see the run here on how to do it. Don't worry too much about time. I thought this would be really time specific, but as you can see, we get messed over by one of the portals and we still have enough time to put the head down. Once you put the brain in the machine, you then just need to chill in this room for a minute and Klaus will open up these locked boxes. Inside the locked boxes are some modified devices which we use to go and catch some purple items around the map. Don't worry if you miss your throw like I did there. There are plenty of boxes around the map and plenty of items to try and catch. As far as I'm aware, I've seen 8 or 9 different locations and they can be all over the map between the 2 towers. Just have a run round. If you don't kill any zombies, you won't flip the round and you can be boss fight ready after this step.
Yeah, I think there's one of the stairs here. It's 3. Bam on, let's go. There we go.
Once you've collected 4 items, you want to head back to Klaus and get ready for a lockdown. Pop the 4 devices in this little pedestal at the front here, and then the lockdown will begin. During this lockdown in solo, you will have 5 switches to keep an eye on. 3 of them during the lockdown will turn red, and you need to switch them to green. If you fail any of them, you will just have to restart the lockdown on the next round. Once the lockdown is over, you have officially completed all the Easter egg steps to go into the boss fight. However, I would advise pushing up a couple of rounds. I pushed up 10 rounds so I could get triple pack-a-punch, some armor, and a couple of extra perks. Once you're ready to head into the boss fight, interact with the teleporter and go through. Here you will be given two options, either to help Richtofen or help Samantha. If you want the easier boss fight, which is the boss fight we're going to do in this, you want to help Richtofen. If you want the hard boss fight, go ahead and help Sam. That's all up to you. You will get the rewards, the Easter egg, no matter which one you choose. And the next two steps will be the same, no matter which fight you choose. Now you need to fill up 3 of these canisters around the room. They're not that hard to find. If you run around, you'll be able to see the 3 of them, and they don't take many zombies to fill. Once you've filled the 3 canisters, you will get a quote from Richtofen, and that means you can head back to the lift and head up to the next floor. On the next floor, it's similar but different. We're going to be shooting these crystals around the tops of the room. Again, make your way around, pay attention, you'll be able to see them. Shoot all of the crystals. If you see what I do here, I kind of just shoot at every single one to double check. And then once again, you will get a quote, and that means you can head into the actual boss fight. Now, if you pick the Samantha boss fight like I did, you will be faced with a big orb Samantha. You can get a little bit of damage in her when she very first spawns, but if not, you need to wait until she has attacked you, and there will be a brief moment where you can attack back. The only 2 times I try to concentrate on Samantha during this boss fight is when she is doing the laser attack, and she will do another attack shortly where she spins round and chucks out a load of electric damaging orbs. On those 2 parts are the times that I would choose to attack her, put in a little bit of damage while you can, and most of the time use your gun to do crowd control. At the end of phase 1, you will have a Sam trial initiate where you just need to get kills or headshots in a certain area. If you complete it, you will get a free perk. If you don't get a gold, then you will get nothing. During the phase transitions, while Samantha is teleporting in and out of the map, you can also damage her. Use this to your advantage. Continue the same strategy of only attacking her when she's vulnerable. Keep on top of your crowd control. Rinse and repeat for the next 2 phases, and you will have officially completed the Reckoning Easter egg.
What kind of damage? Oh, I've got infinite ammo right now. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Boom, bitch, boom, bitch. Boom!